there's quite a scene here.
We can tell. We're a little far back as far as our camera angle, but it still looks like there are a lot of people out there.
Yeah, there's a small dumpster fire at the QT. And again, there's some chunks of concrete in the road. And it doesn't really, it's very hard to make out the size of the crowd down the street from here.
Have you seen any sign? You said there's a dumpster fire. I know that looting has been a problem. Are you seeing as
there are now tactical? I know. There are now tactical officers approaching behind their vehicles in full riot gear with gas masks and shields and some of the more heavily militarized gear we saw before. The tear gas is lingering in the air. There's what looks like kind of a SWAT team fanning out into the darkness outside the QT between a dumpster fire, which has been set right near the QT, into what has become the kind of infamous gas station where things went down the first night out. Of course, the QT where people had rumored that he had been accused of stealing drugs.
What's that?
Getting barked at by the cops, not the pass them.
Can you hold your phone up so we can hear that a little bit?
He just said to me on air, media do not pass us. You're getting maced next time you pass us.
They're threatening to mace you.
Yes. Media do not pass us. You're getting maced next time you pass us. The tear gas is pretty thick.
Why are they threatening you?
Because they're generally hopped up and angry and pissed off, and aren't excited that there's about 50 reporters watching what they're doing, I would imagine, although we'd have to ask him.
So does it look like they're changing? I'm trying to tell if they're changing their tactics. We've seen
40 reporters and 43,000 people watching this shit right now.
Like some people were being detained, possibly arrested. We just saw a large police vehicle driving off scene, and I can't really tell whether that is a vehicle that they would take possible suspects away in. But have you witnessed arrests?
Not right now, although they've created such a kind of security cordon here. There seems to be kind of a standoff happening right now with a small unit of police officers in SWAT gear near a dumpster fire in the QT, crouching into the darkness. They appear to be looking for a suspect. We're now being pushed back by the police in riot gear. They're pushing back the press perimeter, pushing us.
Chris, I'm curious about. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Given the fact that
cops are definitely being, in no uncertain terms, pushing people back.
Okay. How long have you been out there? And the reason why I ask is we're still almost 2 hours away from this curfew. Did you witness?
No one anywhere on the street. I mean, it's 5 minutes from now. 5 minutes from now. I'm getting hollered at. I'm going to get arrested if I go the wrong way. Basically, you can go. I mean, it's so surreally half a mile from here. It's just quiet, dead, chirp of cicadas on suburban streets. There's no one out. It's completely dead, black, quiet, except for the police chopper that's overhead. So yeah, just
we've been hearing reports of shots fired, and it's my understanding that even though it was long prior to the midnight curfew, that the situation among demonstrators escalated. Obviously, that's why the police came out in the first place. But what do you know about why this escalated the way it did today, with shots being fired and a person possibly being injured? And how is this different than other nights?
Well, so this is a massive. This response looks pretty close to, basically pretty close to that Thursday night, which is the infamous night that led to in which reporters were arrested, and of course that led to the massive response the next day. Jay Nixon relieving the St. Louis County Police, the Ferguson Police of command, putting in Ron Johnson. And you got to understand the kind of waves of this. I mean, the first night the QT was burned, there was not that much police presence. Then they come out the next few nights with very, very heavy police presence, tactical gear, SWAT team, tactical vehicles, pointing weapons at all sorts of nonviolent protesters, pushing back the line. Then, of course, there was the change on Thursday with Ron Johnson, this sort of festival, celebratory atmosphere. I was standing right out doing my show, only a few hours earlier than this. And, you know, I'm now standing right there. It sort of looks like a burnt out ruin as the dumpster fire is put out. But that atmosphere is sort of jubilant atmosphere. The next night, similar atmosphere that turned a little tighter as the night went on, and ended there was some looting of various stores. I'm looking at one right now, just a little few hundred yards from the QT. Now that, I think, was probably part of what has that and the images for the local media. You got to understand the way it's being perceived here. This is a place where law and order politics run deep, in which every politician at the local level, at the county, at the state level, has not himself elected in a small part on law and order, images of broken windows. And so they've decided fairly that they're not going to tolerate, they're going to bring the booth down. Now, in terms of the actual event that precipitated the response tonight, a whole bunch of squad cars pulling up right now. In terms of the actual event that precipitated tonight's response, I have seen the same reports. You've seen the county claim them, but I haven't seen no independent verification from any reporters as to that fact. I've seen no reporters on the ground saying they were eyewitnesses to either Molotov cocktails or shots being fired in previous nights when those allegations or claims were made by county police. Now, a number of officers getting out with large assault weapons, batons, riot gear, about 3 squad cars pulling up. They're getting the riot gear out of the back of the car.
That's what you're seeing right now?
Yes, that's what we're seeing right now. We are trying to stream this. We'll see if we can get this up into the control room for you. We've got some kind of standoff up down the road, but they've pushed us back so far. It's a little hard to see what exactly is happening. But in terms of the micro events, what led to the tear gas, the yell rats tonight, that's unconfirmed and unclear. In a broader sense of what the kind of strategic posture of the police here has been, there was clearly a shift. There was a shift towards very heavy-handed militarized tactics, to shift away from that towards a very community policing model, a sort of festival celebration here. And then I think after the looting that had happened Friday night, which I should note from everyone on the ground was a very tiny number of people, often stopped or interrupted by protesters assembling themselves in front of the stores in question. There's a lot of outrage and frustration with that looting here locally, but in the wake of that, clearly a much more aggressive posture in the last 2 nights, last night and then again tonight. And again, last night the standoff, remember, was about the actual curfew deadline. There's about 140, 150 people for a report who did not want to back down, basically sort of smacked the cylinder to the east that we're not making a curfew.
Do you get the sense, Chris, that this crowd, as it's been described as mostly very young people, mostly young men, is it your sense that there is any kind of an organization to them? Like, is there a leader? Is there some kind of hierarchy? Or is it just chaos?
I can't answer that because I don't see the people right now that are in question. I think when I was here on previous nights, it was a combination of organization. I mean, you're talking about hundreds and thousands of people in the community kind of coming through at different times. You do have some leaders. You've got a professor named Stephen Bradley who's been doing some organizing that we spoke to. You've got some youth ministers and so forth. And of course, Antonio French, who's an African-American alderman from St. Louis, who's been here since the first night. He's been trying to exercise a lot of kind of community control and discipline. He's been tweeting. He's been having conversations with protesters about trying to, I think, his opinion was to respect the curfew last night. But again, we're talking about hundreds and thousands of people. There's, 22,000 people live in the city.
We spoke with Alderman French a little earlier, and he said exactly what you just described. In fact, he was kind of voicing his disappointment that there weren't enough grown-ups in the crowd to really organize the young people, and he felt that what they're doing is, in my sense of what he's saying, is obviously counterproductive to what they are out there demonstrating during the day over.
Yes, I mean, there's obviously, look, this is not, there's a lot of folks out here with a lot of frustration of people coming from all different places, on the political spectrum, all different places, in terms of their feeling of law enforcement, and so there's, no one's, it's not a sort of organization that's where anyone's elected a leader or anything that's sort of making any kind of representation. Just people in the street. Some people in the street want calm and justice, and a small number of people in the street, I think, want to smash stuff, and some people in the street want conversations with police, whether those confrontations are essentially just nonviolent civil disobedience, staring them down, or other things. But again, the equation to remember here is you've got 1,000 people, and it takes one of those to throw a bottle, which was allegedly the precipitating event Thursday night. You know, there's 1,000 people, or 200 people, 150 people. It takes one person to throw a bottle to get the kind of, you know, really intense and forceful response we're seeing. You know, there's got to be some way to police this situation that is neither, you know, that is neither chaos, that is not the pictures that we're seeing now, including the account of an 8-year-old boy tear gas.
Okay, Chris Hayes, we're going to let you go because I know you need to gather more information. Thank you for spending so much time with us, and good luck out there. Let's go to NBC's Mark Potter, who I saw just a few minutes ago. I know that you were out there on the scene. I'm not sure if you're joining us on the phone or on camera, but can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm off camera.
Okay.
Because of a satellite delay of about 5 seconds, so it's easier to do it this way. Can you see the scene with the officers in line here?
Yes, we can.
Okay. The shopping center parking lot, that lot is serving as a command center for many of the police agencies that are here. About an hour and a half ago, there was a big flurry of activity after there was a report of some shooting down in the protest zone, and then there.
Shots from the captain on the live stream that shots were fired.
What we're seeing here is cops going down a side street. This is not West Florissant. This is a side street off of West Florissant. Huh? This is Canefield Avenue. Canefield Drive. So now we have a fifth of the police line going down Canefield Drive. Look from their officers in here. Moving down Canefield